And 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8. Today we're gonna dive in to one of my favorite current aesthetics, Balletcore. It's a romanticization of the grace and strength of ballet dancers translated into an outfit that's wearable beyond the ballet studio. So if you're into fashion that's as flexible as a ballerina but as chic as a Parisian cafe, let's get right into it. Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Jessica. I create content about affordable fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and travel. I'm so excited to talk about Balletcore today because it is all things feminine and girly, but in a way that's a little bit more wearable and accessible. And I'm gonna break down everything that you need to know to possibly incorporate Balletcore into your personal style. And then at the very end, I'm gonna jump into my wardrobe and style some Balletcore outfits to give you even more inspiration. And if you're interested in anything that you see in this video, I will have it all linked in the description box in the order that it appears. As well as the links down in the description box, you'll also find a link to my LTK collection where I have a bunch of awesome, classic basic pieces to get you started with Balletcore, kind of an essentials, if you will. And I also have an Amazon idea list where I have curated all of my favorite Balletcore finds across Amazon. So if you want to check out either of those for even more inspo, you can find those down there as well. I feel like I have a little bit of authority to speak on this Balletcore aesthetic. While I was never a professional dancer or ever on that track, I took ballet for about 10 years as part of my training regimen as a competitive figure skater. I hated taking ballet at the time. Funny enough, I now take a weekly adult ballet class here in LA, which I look forward to so much. Balletcore at its core. See what I did there? It's not really about wearing the exact outfits that ballet dancers wear when they go to class or when they perform. It's more about drawing inspiration from the art form of ballet and also from certain pieces or key items in a ballet dancer's wardrobe. And then taking that and translating it into an outfit so nothing that I show you today is meant to be 100% authentic to what ballet dancers actually wear, but that's okay because aesthetics are all about having fun with a theme or a certain feel or mood. To me, when I wear outfits that are Balletcore inspired, I feel like I am on center stage and it really just gives main character energy. And anything that helps me get into that main character energy vibe is something that I'm super into because I'm always trying to incorporate that into my daily life. Balletcore, of course, is characterized by being very feminine and very soft, but also being kind of practical at the same time. It's also very adjacent to the coquette aesthetic, which has been very popular, but I think I prefer Balletcore to coquette because coquette just feels a little infantilized. It feels a little bit like little girl. Achieving the Balletcore is relatively simple, but there are some key pieces that you'll want to sort of recreate these looks. First one is pretty obvious, but a tulle skirt or a tulle dress or really tulle anything. Tulle is so soft and flowy. It really just evokes that soft feminine aspect that is so key to Balletcore. And of course, it is evoking a tutu, which is what ballet dancers wear when they perform on stage. These tulle skirts or tulle dresses can come in many forms, some super poofy and exaggerated, and others just more streamlined and subtle. I definitely have my fair share of both of those categories. I know that I said that I was going to share some ballet inspired outfits at the end of the video, but I'm going to do a couple right now because I want to share with you the sponsor of today's video, which is AW Bridal. If you're not familiar with AW Bridal, they are an incredible resource online where you can order formal and semi-formal dresses, both wedding gowns and formal and party dresses for various different occasions. So whether you are a bride-to-be or maybe you have weddings that you're attending coming up or really special event that's on your calendar, AW Bridal has so many beautiful dresses and the price point, you just cannot beat it. I got two very Balletcore appropriate dresses from them recently. The Coralia dress and the Maureen dress are tulle and A-line, and they also incorporate a sort of corset bodice. We'll get to corsets in a bit. Coralia dress, I think this is so beautiful. You can see that it's covered in these stunning multicolored floral appliques that are just all over the dress. It looks like a field of wildflowers just like splashed onto this, and that's what I absolutely love about it. And the flowers themselves are laid over this really pretty nude tulle that is laid over the top of a solid opaque dress underneath, and then you can see the bodice through the tulle is sort of like a corset style bodice, which is so beautiful. And then it has these delicate halter straps with the flowers sort of going up them, which is such a beautiful touch. I think this dress is so pretty, and it would be so perfect if for a wedding guest to dress, especially for like a garden wedding in the spring and summer. It just is so feminine and so pretty. They also have a maxi gown version of this dress, so if you love the idea of this but you want something a little bit more formal, they have a great version of that too, and it comes in several different colors. I don't know if you will remember the dress that Taylor Swift wore to the 2021 Grammys. It still lives rent-free in my head, but this is such a similar idea to that. So if you were like me and you loved that dress, this is a great affordable dupe for that look, and maybe it would be a really fun dress to wear to the Eras tour. This Maureen dress gives me like prima ballerina vibes. I just think it looks so soft and pretty. You can see all these beautiful floral appliques that are just laid over, again, a corset style bustier bodice. These little tiny sleeves that go on your arms to give that sort of delicate, pretty look. And then the skirt is just this beautiful tulle full skirt that is pretty poofy. It's got some crinoline going on under there for maximum poofiness, and I just think this is so soft and so pretty. This also comes in some other colors. If you're not into the more nude color, they have it in aquamarine and a lilac color. So there's so many options to choose from. Another thing that I absolutely love about AW Bridal is their size inclusivity. Their sizes range from 0 to 30, and the crazy thing about them is they do free customization of your dress. So when you go on a product page, you can not only pick your size, but you can also check the little box underneath for free customization, and you can fill in all of your measurements, your bust, waist, hips, your height, all of that, so that they will make your dress customized to your exact measurements. The fact that you can actually order your dress already custom fit to you is such a game changer. And AW Bridal was kind enough to give me a promo code just for my followers. You can put in the code MISSMORE at checkout to get 10% off your order. Next item that you definitely want to have in your wardrobe is a pair of ballet flats, because you can't really have Balletcore without the footwear, am I right? It is the shoe to have this year. There are so many different fun styles of ballet flats out there to choose from, so you can really find something that really speaks to your own style and tastes. If you're not totally into like a completely flat shoe, you can definitely find some ballet flats that have a little bit of a heel, and I think it still counts for the Balletcore look because they still have the same basic shape. I just got these from Amazon. This is such a cute, affordable find, and I think the nude patent leather just screams Balletcore. I love that it has the double Mary Jane straps, and again, it has this small little block heel so that you get a little bit of height, you're not completely flat, and you can just elongate your frame a slight bit. I think when looking for ballet flats, you should look for either a squared off toe or an almond toe. Those I think speak more to an actual ballet shoe. Like point shoes have like a squared off toe, and the soft ballet shoes are more rounded. So if you're interested in these, I also have a promo code for this pair of shoes. It's ZRMISS10. Again, you can get 10% off of this. You use that code at checkout on Amazon. I also have a similar pair if you don't like the Mary Jane style. These are from Lulu's. I have them in metallic silver. These I am absolutely obsessed with. They're mesh, and you can see they have little pearls over the mesh. They're probably my favorite pair of ballet flats. And then of course, you've got ballet flats that are really going to imitate what a ballet shoe is like. These have long ankle ties that mimic what a point shoe does. This is a really fun thing if you don't mind having something tied around your ankle. Got them in the blush color, but they come in a bunch of different colors as well. If your personal style is a little bit on the edgier side, they also have a bunch of different fun styles out there. I would say the biggest trend in ballet flats are the mesh ballet flats, especially for spring and summer. There are some shoes to avoid if you're trying to go for the Balletcore aesthetic. There are some brands that have come out with heels that sort of are mimicking point shoes with like the laces up the leg. I would stay away from like super stiletto high heels because that's just not gonna feel quite right in this aesthetic. But also definitely completely stay away from anything open-toed, whether it's flat or a heel, because open-toed shoes in general are just not giving Balletcore at all. Super pointy-toed ballet flats I would also stick away from because this very pointy toe just does not at all look like a ballet shoe would, and it just looks kind of harsh when contrasted with the softness of the rest of the sort of Balletcore vibe and aesthetic. Sneakers can definitely work in a Balletcore outfit, especially if they fit into the sort of muted color scheme of a Balletcore look. I actually have this pair from Nike, I think are so Balletcore inspired because they came with these ribbon laces, which are so pretty. And then the insides of the shoe are satin. So, and they have that sort of neutral color tone. So even though this looks like super sporty, I think it can definitely be incorporated into a Balletcore look and make it look a little bit edgier. Third item that is a key piece in a Balletcore wardrobe is a wrap sweater. Now, when it comes to Balletcore, one of the key aspects to the look is layering, because actual ballet dancers usually show up to class in a layered look and then they kind of take pieces off throughout class as they get warmed up. And wrap sweaters are kind of a quintessential layering piece for ballerinas because they typically come in and wrap around at your waist, which brings you in at that like smallest part of your body. So it creates more of that feminine female form, while also at the same time, it's not a bulky sweater that's going to cover up your frame. Sweater is such a great piece and it can be incorporated so many ways. And this is such a great subtle way to have a Balletcore sort of style look without really going over the top. Speaking of wrap things, we have to talk about wrap skirts. Wrap skirts are really common. I have one myself that I sometimes wear over a leotard at ballet class, and typically they're a shorter, semi-sheer like piece of chiffon that you're meant to wrap around your waist and tie in a bow. Obviously, the real wrap skirts that you would wear to class are not ideal as wearing just alone as skirts because they're very short and they're kind of see-through. Some clothing brands have come out with a sort of version of this that is longer and obviously not see-through that you could wear as a standalone skirt, and I absolutely love the effect of it. I think these are so cute and so feminine. I recently picked up this super affordable version at Amazon. It comes in a bunch of different colors and it really does evoke that classic wrap skirt style, but I also have some other fun, like more sporty kind of versions of this from Halara that are going to be an upcoming Halara haul that have little built-in biker shorts underneath that are super fun and cute. You don't have to limit yourself to just an actual wrap skirt. Any kind of like A-line skirt or skater skirt, sometimes they're called, can really fit into the Balletcore aesthetic. Next up, leotards. I mean, this is also just another very quintessential piece in any ballet dancer's wardrobe, whether it's for practice or for a performance. Now, I don't really recommend wearing real leotards for streetwear, although you absolutely could. They do, in theory, make great bodysuits, but the problem comes into play when you have to go to the bathroom and you got to basically take off your whole outfit to pee. So the answer to that is to go with a bodysuit. Bodysuits are an incredible way to get that sort of leotard look, but with more convenience when you're wearing them. There's so many fun bodysuits out there. I feel like bodysuits have really had a huge resurgence in past years. I have a couple different brands on Amazon that I swear by. I also recently got an incredible one from Quince that just feels like a second skin on, and it definitely kind of gives that like basic black leotard look. A good bodysuit just works so well. It will work perfectly with those wrap skirts that we talked about, with the tulle skirts also, and they work with so many other things, whether or not you're trying to achieve a Balletcore look or not. In addition to bodysuits, you could also get this leotard look by wearing camisoles or tank tops. Usually the more delicate looking, the better. You want to go for like thinner straps. You don't want to go for something like a wife beater looking tank top. We're talking like, you know, a pretty dainty camisole. Bonus points if it's got like a little lace on the trim, just anything to make it feel a little bit feminine and soft and pretty. Tights are another key piece to Balletcore, not necessarily for really achieving the look if you don't want to do it. If you really want to go super literal in a Balletcore outfit, you can absolutely put on a pair of white or sort of blush colored tights. And I think I would personally rather interpret this by wearing a fun pair of like lace tights or printed tights to sort of give my outfit a little bit more visual interest and to not feel quite so literal in my interpretation of Balletcore. Another way to sort of achieve this kind of look is to go with a pair of socks underneath your ballet flats. I know some people like are not into that at all. They hate it, but this is such a Balletcore type look. And of course, you don't want to wear a super thick, chunky athletic sock. You want to look for like a thinner, more dress sock. Or you can get this fun 4-pack of lace socks that I just got from Amazon. These look so cute under ballet flats. They have that really delicate, pretty thing going on, and they come in 4 different colors that are all very much in the Balletcore color scheme. Another very literal Balletcore piece are leg warmers. I mean, if you really want to straight up look like a dancer, nothing is going to achieve that faster than a pair of leg warmers. And I've really been enjoying seeing some of the ways that people have styled leg warmers for these Balletcore street style looks. It's really fun and creative, and it's definitely inspiring me, though I don't know if I would do it. We'll see. I should never say never, because I always end up doing things that I say that I'll never do. But it's definitely a great option for early spring if it's still cold outside, you want to wear a shorter skirt, but you don't want to get cold. Additionally, I've also seen people wearing arm warmers, which is another very Balletcore type of vibe. And arm warmers, I think, can add some fun layering and a different texture to an outfit, something that's a little bit unexpected. But you can't talk about Balletcore and not talk about corsets. Corsets are definitely more derived from the performance wear of ballet dancers, and also corsets just further create that like feminine form, which is definitely something that ballet as an art form seeks to emphasize. I recently got this one from Amazon, which I think is so gorgeous. You don't have to wear an actual corset though to get this look. Corsets and corset detailing have been a huge trend over the last several years, so there's so many things out there that sort of incorporate corset-like detailing that without the uncomfortability of wearing a real corset. Balletcore is all about layering, and there's definitely some different sweaters other than a wrap sweater that you can incorporate into a Balletcore look to just give a more full layered vibe. The first one being the one that my husband will never understand, and maybe you're in the same boat, but it's the sweaters that are basically just arm warmers. And by that I mean it goes around your neck and it literally covers your arms, and that's it. And I know it seems like very strange, but when you think about the fact that it's derived from a dancer's sort of wardrobe, covering up your arms to give some warmth to that part of your body without adding more bulk by wearing a full-on sweater. You can also opt for a cropped or cut-off sweater if you want to go for like more of like a flash dancey kind of vibe. Bolero sweaters are also definitely right at home in Balletcore because just like the arm warmer sweater, they kind of just go over your arms and maybe a little bit of the top of your torso, and they're really just for keeping your arms warm, and again, they're not covering up the rest of your frame. The more you layer, the more different textures you use, the more interesting your outfit is going to look. Classic fitted cardigan is also completely acceptable. Make sure that it's not too chunky or oversized. Again, it's all about being streamlined and being able to see your frame. Let's talk about accents to a Balletcore look. Starting off with jewelry, I feel like with jewelry, it's important to keep it simple. Simple earrings, you don't want to wear like crazy statement earrings, you don't want to wear big gold hoops or anything like that. It's all about being a little bit more dainty, a little bit more delicate with the jewelry. Even with necklaces, I would say keeping them simple. Simple pendant necklaces would probably be appropriate. Bows are definitely a huge accent for any Balletcore look, whether or not you're looking for those already sewn onto a garment, or you could wear a bow in your hair, tie a ribbon in a bow around your neck as a choker. Lace detailing in any sort of garment or in tights, in socks, I think also just really would be a great texture and accent to any look that is going for a Balletcore aesthetic. Don't be afraid to top your outfit off with something just a little bit extra because again, like we've already talked about, this aesthetic is all about you being the romanticized main character on center stage. The color scheme for Balletcore is very important because if you stray away from the color scheme, you just are gonna kind of leave the vibe completely behind. So color scheme really makes styling Balletcore outfits really a lot more simple because all of these colors can sort of mix with each other really well and mix and match and play along with each other very nicely. You're really going to be sticking mostly to muted pastels, so think blush, lilac, light blue, maybe like a light buttery yellow, and then you're going to have a bunch of neutrals to work with like nude, cream, white, gray, and black. I feel like every once in a while I see a look that gets like a dash of bright red thrown in there, and I love that because it just makes me think of that finale scene from Center Stage. And all my millennial and maybe even Gen X friends, if you don't know this movie, what were you doing in the early 2000s? But if you've seen the movie, if you know, you know. I've been dreaming about red point shoes ever since I saw that for the first time. Obviously, the clothes and what you wear is very important to any sort of aesthetic, especially the Balletcore aesthetic, but it really goes beyond that into also how you do your hair and your makeup. With makeup, I think it's important to keep it just really natural. You really want to just enhance your own natural features. So more of like a fresh face, sort of that clean girl aesthetic for makeup, but taking it maybe a little bit to the pinkier tones. You don't want to go heavy on contouring, but instead of contouring, I would say doing a nice like flushed, blushy sort of look would be really nice. And then if you do want to do eyeshadow, keeping it to sort of like pinkier, rosier tones or just a very natural, neutral eye look is the way to go. Really heavy eye, like smoky eye look is gonna feel really out of place with Balletcore outfits unless you're trying to emulate the Black Swan, which in that case, go for it. Maybe if you're doing Balletcore for a night out, you could do a bold red or burgundy lip, but in that case, just make sure that you keep your face looking, again, nice and cleaner and your eye look more minimal. Hair, obviously, the most obvious hairstyle that you could associate with a ballet dancer is a bun. So pulling your hair back in a low bun or even a high bun, you could do even like a sort of soft, messy bun if you wanted to. Braids also can work pretty well, especially if you do the braids in kind of like a looser, undone sort of look. And bonus points for taking some ribbon and weaving it throughout your braid or tying it to the ends of your braid. That could look really cute with Balletcore looks. Incorporating headbands really works into Balletcore. Finding different pretty little barrettes with pearls or rhinestones or different little girly details can work well. Pulling your hair half back with a claw clip. Now that we've done a deep dive into the essentials of Balletcore, it's time for me to get creative and come up with some Balletcore looks of my own with my current wardrobe. So let's get right into it. Truly love this aesthetic so much, and I loved being able to play dress up and come up with all of those fun outfits. Please let me know down in the description box which one was your favorite. And of course, again, if you want to shop anything that you saw today, it's all down in the description box. If you want to know more about some fashion trends that are back in style that were previously outdated, I have a fun video right here that you can check out next. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from moi, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you all over here. And if not, I'll see you on the next one.